Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of And Another Thing with Dave. I want to thank all of our listeners from all over the world. Please do subscribe and share if you're not already. All right, let's get into it.
Kind of heard people talking about the book The Secret, kind of when that was becoming all, trendy or whatever. So then I went to this seminar and they were delving deep into it. And, at least what I've learned and what has worked for me has been something to clear your mind with something like meditation and figure out what it is first that you want, because you can't ask for it if you don't even know what it is. And then, so getting clear first, and then being really clear on what it is you want, and then asking for it, and putting that in writing too, because that's another manifestation. Now it's a physical manifestation. So you've spoken it into being, or maybe you thought about it, then you wrote it down, then you spoke it into being, and now there's a physical sound wave traveling out into the universe, right? And then if you do a little bit of, you can't just do that and walk away and hope you're going to win the lotto or something, right? But you do that, and the way I look at that is like laying the foundation or the groundwork, right? So then after that, now you got to do the footwork. Now you got to take care of the details, the nuts and bolts. Like, okay, so I want to get into whatever, flipping cars. Okay, I got to learn about how you get a cheap deal on a car first. I got to learn about auctions, right? So, yeah. But in a nutshell, that's kind of what I know about it, and
that was great. Over the last, let's say, 2 years, I've gone through a process of self-development, self-help, manifestation, and throughout that whole entire process, manifestation was the one thing that really caught my eye, because manifestation and the law of attraction go hand in hand. The energy out into the universe is definitely the energy that you receive from the universe. It's an equivalent exchange. So when it comes to manifesting, one of the most important things that I've found is putting positive thought towards what you manifest. Manifestation is a direct result of your focus. What you focus on is what you manifest. So, and I feel like that's a key thing that people need to understand about manifestation, is that it's not just wanting something and putting the energy towards it, but you have to keep your focus on the positive things towards what you want. Because if you want to win the lotto, but you're always thinking, "Oh, I'll never win the lotto," guess what? You're never going to win the lotto.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's a loose one because of like the odds of winning the lotto. But the point is, the more positive energy you put on something, the easier it is to invest it.
Totally. The more people you're going to meet that are interested in that thing, whatever that thing is. Yeah. Totally.
Exactly.
And I like what you said. I like what you said about that, because what you focus on, right? It could even be subconsciously. So if you're focusing on negative stuff subconsciously, you could be manifesting something that you don't want, right?
Exactly. And like the thing is, like for me, not even gonna lie, before, when I was younger, one of my biggest issues was actually, I'm gonna save this until after we get through some of these messages. Cliffhanger.
Sure.
Got you.
What? What the hell?
What?
How did you find him in these stereo slums and alleyways? Hey. How y'all doing? Anyway, how's it going? Infinite Thought. Where'd you find this guy? Where'd you find him? I'm telling you, I don't know how, but people that I like and I reach out to, or that I like or have been around with me for a while, I swear they end up together somehow. But not, it's weird. But not connected through me. I don't know. It's so weird. Does that happen to y'all too? Like, I have really people I've liked, and then months later I come back and they're together, but they weren't before. Anyway. Okay, I'm high.
Hey, puff, puff, pass. Birds of a feather, man, right?
Yeah, I'm rolling up right now.
There it is. I just packed a little banger here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta stay relaxed.
Facts.
Stay medicated, stay relaxed. I've been medical since 1996. Thanks to the lovely state of California.
Gotta love Cali. Women, we
Gotta
the wet.
love it.
The wet.
Hey. Yeah.
Okay, I've been on here for a minute, but I came in the middle of y'all talking about what are you into. I'm sitting here listening to all the explanation, not having any idea what you. I mean, you could be talking about gray elephants. I don't know. What are you talking? What did you get into?
Loosely, business and manifestation.
Yeah, honestly, manifestation has been a big part of what I do, of how I do what I do for a little bit now, and I feel comfortable in saying that, in the fact that anybody can manifest. It's not some big like top secret skill that you have to like acquire. Everybody has the ability to manifest, and everybody does manifest. Everyone creates their own reality, whether they're conscious of it or not. It's just being conscious of it gives you a little bit more choice about how things happen, and you're not so much playing the victim of a existential world that you have no control over.
Right. More make more taking action instead of reacting. Right.
Taking action in your own life instead of being reactionary towards it is one of the biggest proponents for me.
Yeah, that's huge for me too. Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, you could play victim all day long, but are you going to ever pull yourself out of that if you got that mentality? Maybe not.
Like, how are you going to manage to do more in life if you're always playing the victim role?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Not that shit doesn't happen to people, but it's mindset. It's mindset.
Mm-hmm. Life is 10% what happens to you. The other 90% is all attitude.
Yeah, what you do with what happens to you, or what happens around you. Yeah, totally. Right? You take lemons. Do you like wallow in it, or do you make lemonade and open up a lemonade stand and start killing it? Mix a little vodka in there. You got the adult version now. You got PM lemonade.
Exactly. Or do you just like go the Porto route, and then you fuck someone up for giving you lemons.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right. How dare you? Exactly. And then what? And then you get caught for that or something, and bup, and instead of opening up a lemonade stand.
Yo, Infinite Thought! What's up, dude? Good evening. I hope you're doing well. And another thing, I hope you're doing well. What's up, gentlemen? Good evening. Manifestation, guys. I'm glad I'm here. Let's see. I'm almost there with manifesting. I'm almost there. I'm reading about it, studying about it. There are certainly certain elements in my life that happen just out of sheer will, I would say. And I have no idea. I can't explain a lot of it. And all I can say is either I don't have the technology to test it, or it was sheer will and just kind of manifestation. And that's it. What am I currently manifesting? I told myself that everything I promised that I would do from October 2020 to now, I'm going to pick up and do, even if it's at a really small scale. For example, I wanted to write a book about living inside a computer simulated world, and I just typed 9 or so pages. I might type a couple more pages, and I'm done. I'm going to seal it, put a cover on it, and give it like a little PDF, like a little mini story. That's it.
Hey, I would love to be a part of the test group that gets to read that, bro.
Oh, me too. Me too. So you're kicking off something that's on my bucket list too, bro. I've wanted to write a book for a long time now. Yeah, I wanted to start a podcast. I did that, but yeah, next thing on the list is a book.
Yeah, a book is on my list for sure. But honestly, I want a little bit more life experience before I get started on it.
That's cool.
OMG, talk about manifestation. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just one more thing on that list we were just discussing in the DMs. Oh my gosh. Yes, I just went through a whole spiritual awakening over the last 2 years. Anyway, oh my goodness, yes, we'll just have to go ahead and set up a permanent thing. Oh my gosh, I finally found a vanilla I like. Infinite, look at here. I found a. You are vanilla, right? Oh my goodness, I found a vanilla person I can get along with. I'll explain later.
Oh man, yeah. I'm like frosty vanilla. Yep. I'm like Irish, Norwegian, Swedish, and Scottish. I'm like Nordic. Pretty freaking pale. Oh, that was funny how she kind of put that though. That cracked me up. That was awesome. Should I hit another bubble here, or you want to chop it up for a sec? Go
ahead and hit another bubble for us.
Okay.
You said auctions. I used to be an auctioneer too.
Oh, no way.
In there. Okay,
Multi-talented girl. Oh my God, could you do a little auctioneer voice for us? Hey, I sold the man in red for $1. I couldn't talk that fast if my life depended on it. I'd be like, okay, shoot me now. I can't talk that fast.
Yeah, shoot me. You want me to how fast? Yeah, fucking shoot me.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, not even to try. Yeah, I'll hit another one. Hey, wait. Somebody at the door.
I manifested this freaking app. It was my first manifestation that I understood that it happened. And it was so weird that I figured it out. That night I accidentally took shrooms that my son left. I thought it was an edible, and it was shrooms. And I was live on here with Mr. Worldwide. And when I realized I had taken shrooms, and it was then I realized and remembered that, like, I manifested this app. And at the time, I didn't know what manifestation was and stuff. Like, I'll explain some other time, but oh my gosh. Okay, I'm high. I said that already, right? I'm high.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, that is so awesome.
I definitely manifested this app too. Like, honestly,
well, thank you. I was just going to say, well, thank you both for doing that. I love it.
Because, like, our desire and just the need for society to still be so. That's how this app came about.
Yeah, it's true. It's totally true. And at the most needed time, too, right?
Exactly.
Really powerful. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so thanks both of you for putting that into being, because I wasn't tripping on it. I just stumbled upon it. I hadn't even thought about that, but I stumbled upon it and was like, whoo, super grateful. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and for everybody that walked in the room a little late, when I left, like, the last 6 messages, it was just me in the room, but they got to talking, and now I apologize. Y'all just have to listen to me ramble, but I left them before anybody was in here.
Oh, you're good, girl. You're good. That was awesome. No, you're good. Yeah, exactly. She was keeping us company before you folks got here. Exactly. Absolutely. We got some people with us, though. What do we got in here? We got Shem Listens, May the Poet, Cowboy Imposter, Mr. Jolly, Brandy. What?
We got Maya So Pretty in here. So, guys, what have you manifested so far this year? We'll keep it to that. What's something you've manifested so far this year?
That's right. We want to hear it. Either what you have manifested or what you're working on manifesting. Yeah.
One thing I've manifested this year so far is structure. I've manifested more structure in my life.
Me too, bro. Me too. Around my podcast.
Yeah.
You know, it helps that stereo's addictive, but it does help. But yeah, exactly. Being more regular with putting out episodes, being structured with my time more. Of course, I can always use improvement on that. But yeah, so yeah, manifested some listenership, some friendships, and now I'm gonna manifest more organization.
That's what I'm working on too, getting things nice and neat so they can run efficiently.
Yeah, so I can get more done, right?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I
Sure.
thought I didn't know that. Okay, this is my last message. I gotta go put my man to bed, and then I gotta get ready for my live later tonight. So, come play. We're gonna play games. Anyway,
Okay.
oh my gosh, I didn't know that you're good at that. I need to know that. Okay, that's one of my missing pieces. We need to have a talk, all right? You just need to talk about this one day when I can listen, like when I can plan to listen. I need your knowledge. I got wisdom in a lot of areas, but this is one I do not. Okay, all right.
There you go. He's gonna bust it out for you live and direct. You can feel free to listen back, and he'll give you break down any tips we know.
For sure. For sure.
Psychotic Express in your wet pussy.
Did I just manifest that?
That's
Damn, that was powerful, huh? That was fast, bro.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know you can manifest that powerful.
What is up, good looking people? How you doing, Dave? How you doing, Infinite?
What's going on, brother?
Cowboy and Boxer, how you doing, brother?
Good to see you. Thank you for swinging through. Appreciate you. Yeah, so people, let us know. We got 8 people in the house now. Let us know what you're currently manifesting, what you have manifested thus far this year. You know, whether no matter how big or small it may be, and what you're working on. You know, what you currently have in the works that you want to bring to fruition. Yeah.
What's something major you want to manifest this year for yourself? Or
Yeah.
for somebody?
Or even for somebody else, or for the world in general, right? You could maybe just be a part of it. Doesn't have to be like a quote unquote selfish venture or whatever. But I'm of the belief that if you have a talent and you're sharing it with the universe, there's nothing selfish about that. I think it's the opposite. If you don't share your talent with the universe, you're being selfish. And who gives you the right to hog your talent?
Right. Talents are gifts that we give to the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I look at it.
One should never be selfish with a gift.
Yeah, totally. Or egocentric, all egomaniacal with it either, right? Because, yeah, you practiced whatever your instrument or sports or this or that, whatever you're really good at, of course. But, we were all given gifts to be able to even walk or whatever, to hear, see, the simplest gifts. So it always helps to have a level of gratitude and, and realize that no man is an island, man or woman is an island, and we need everything and everybody around us to achieve our potential.
Speaking of gratitude, that's actually one of the fastest ways to manifest things, is to show gratitude for what you already have. When the universe feels reverence for what you already have, it is much more willing to bless you with more. Because it understands, like, you have to have an understanding of what you already have being like what's for you. And once the universe understands that you understand that, then it is willing to expand your reach of influence over what you have.
Right, and it's almost like, you got to be able to handle what you have now before you're given more, right?
Because if you're complaining about your current situation, then you're not ready for anything more.
Right. Challenges on a whole nother levels. Yeah, not ready for it.
And the universe recognizes that, because the universe is not going to, you're not going to get anything more than you can handle in this life. So if anything seems like it's too much to bear, you're probably looking at it the wrong way. And that's very blunt putting it, but you have to change your perception or change your perspective on things so that things will change. If you're looking at something as a constant issue and a constant obstacle, then that's all it'll ever be. But if you look at it as a challenge or something to be solved or overcome, then soon you'll find a solution for it and be able to overcome it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, we strive, we hit our greatest strides or whatever, our greatest accomplishments in times of challenge, not when things are going easy, right?
Exactly.
That's when we rise to adversity. Yeah.
And being a positive person about things is good manifestation. And one thing I want to say about being a positive person does not mean that you are like always happy-go-lucky or smiling. And even in bad situations, it means that even in bad situations, you understand that things can get better, and this isn't the end. That's what
Right.
being a positive person means. It doesn't mean you smile all the time. Being
Right.
optimistic does
Right.
not mean you smile all the time and that everything's always sunshine and rainbows. It means that you know that the storm doesn't last forever.
Right. Yeah. It's not all sparkly unicorn farts.
Yeah. It's not sprinkles and rainbows. It's not sprinkles and rainbows. That's not what life is.
Right. But more, yeah, exactly. Just but a deeper level of gratitude, and just realizing that, yeah, on a simple level, even on a worst day, could be grateful that I'm taking breaths of oxygen.
Exactly. Because it's on your worst days where your biggest lessons are being taught. You just don't see them that way.
Right, because we're going through something that's right in our face.
Yeah.
And we're merely human, and we get all messed up and tangled up by these things we call emotions.
And it takes incredible self-awareness to actually pull yourself out of your emotions, to see that you're actually being taught a lesson, that you're learning, or that you're learning something.
That's deep right there. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and easy to say, very, very difficult to do, right?
Yeah.
And to not be reactionary, right? Yeah.
That's why we praise the Dalai Lama and characters of his and people of his like character, because they're able, like, he was able to see past his emotions to almost a godlike ability, to where he, like, nothing really bothered him.
That's it, to flex that muscle that's so weak on most of us. Yeah.
Being unfuckwittable. And it's very few of us reach the level of unfuckwitableness that we desire, to where everything rolls off the shoulder like water on oil.
Yep. Like water off a duck's ass, exactly.
It's okay, this button is not a manifestation, but it is addictive. Like I said, you can't manifest a button like this, but it does become addictive. Oh boy, I'm getting sleepy. This isn't good. It's only 10 of 9 at night and I'm ready to crash.
Neither good nor bad. It is just what it is. Anything that could be manifested. Somebody,
Yeah.
That somebody had, the idea that some software developer had came from somewhere. And so who's to say, infinite thought and the woman that was just here a moment ago didn't plant that thought in their head? Who's to say? I couldn't say that didn't happen.
Alright, let me ask you guys a question. I'm sorry, I got a phone call right now and I had to freaking go and I'm back. I'm coming in hot, but I have a question about manifestation.
Yes, sir. Bring it.
To what degree do you guys, how do you say, when you're manifesting, obviously it's not going to happen just out of sheer by itself, you just sit there and do nothing. So we're talking about working towards something and keeping your eye on the prize, the eye on the tiger, whatever they call it. The eye of the tiger, sorry. So how much work should we idealistically be putting in all the time, or when we can, or when we feel inspired only? What do you guys think?
In my experience,
yeah, you go first.
Yeah, in my experience, the level of manifestation, it correlates to 1, the desire of the goal, 2, the work put into the goal, and 3, your belief that what you're manifesting will come to pass.
Yeah, I agree.
So to answer how much work should you put into it, the level of work you should put into it is that's up to you. How bad do you want it? If you want it more than anything, you put 100% into it. If it's just a hobby, then that's up to you to how much energy you put into it. But my suggestion is to give 100% with everything you do. It makes everything manifest faster. If you give 100%, you get 110% back. If you give 99%, you don't get anything in return.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And so on a most simple level, you got to keep the food on the table, the bills paid, your rent paid, gas in your car if you got one, whatever, transit pass if you don't. You know what I mean? You gotta keep your bases covered. So do that first, right? Right now, a lot of people are taking advantage of this unemployment and stimulus stuff to start a business, right? What an amazing time where somebody could get laid off of a job and then get money that was super hard to get beforehand, and
Yeah.
start a business. It's equipment and technology is at an all-time low cost right now for professional gear, so never been a better time. But I wanted to just speak on what you said, bro. Exactly. Like, you put in, you're going to get back what you put in, right? So Elon Musk, right? He's a doer. He's a go-getter, right? He's grabbing the world by the balls. He says he works 100 hours a week. You imagine that? Like, I've put in an 80-hour week, but 100 hours? That's insane. So he's doing like 16 to 18-hour days on the regular. And he says the reason he does that is because if his competitor is working 40 hours a week, he doesn't want to just double what they're doing at 80 hours a week. He wants to absolutely bury them.
Exactly.
And he has. So he's working 100 hours a week. He has buried the competition. He gave his technology away for free, and he's still crushing it. You can't stop this man because he'll always be a year ahead of his competitor with the amount of hours he's putting in, right?
Yeah,
and then
120 hours.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, what was that? About 120?
The only way to beat him would be to put on 120 hours a week.
That's it.
One thing to attest to Elon Musk is he was asked if you would recommend how you got there, how everything you went through. Would you recommend it to someone else, or would you do it again? And he said no. Surprisingly, wow. He actually said he would not do it again. And that's just how much he went through and what he did. And that's not. And I don't even think he said that as to deter people from wanting to do what he did so much as he. Like, dude, how many people are willing or have the energy, the ingenuity, or the fucking will to work 100 hours a week?
All that. And I think he almost went through a breakdown. He went through a divorce, right? So it cost him physically, emotionally, and relationship-wise. It cost him a lot. But he knows that he's changing the world, right? And yeah, and he's focused, man. He's focused. Talk about focus. There's the poster boy, right? Poster child.
Infinite, what's up?
What's good, man? What's good?
Yeah.
I'm manifesting an Ironman win this year and the next. I was inspired by a marathoner, veteran, and I wanna do one. So I'm preparing that blueprint right now. Doing some running, doing some stretching, of course, and getting everything ready.
Nice.
Wow. You might want to check out, there's a movie about some 100 for like motivation or whatever. You might want to check out this documentary about like 100-mile race somewhere in like the Carolinas or Virginia or something. But it's got like the most vertical climb of any race, and they do it so like at some points of the depending on the weather that year, it starts the same week every year. So sometimes like people have to leave water for the runners in certain places, and sometimes it's frozen, and like it's brutal. I think it's like 100 miles and this gnarly vertical climb and like through a creek, so you get wet and oh, it's brutal.
That's insane. Sounds crazy.
Oh man, yeah. And these people are talking about like, it's amazing. It has such a wear and tear effect on people, but then they have these amazing like spiritual experiences that they tell you about afterwards. Yeah, really. It's like, it's like watching one of those, whatever, most motivational movies like Rocky or whatever. Rocky 1, just gets you all fired up.
That's dope. I actually might want to check that out. I like movies that motivate you to like push past your limits and exceed the bounds of what people thought was possible.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, that would be like, ooh, I'm gonna try a half marathon. But 100 miles, these guys are taking it to a whole nother level. Like, what?
Yeah, that is
Kidding me?
insane. 100 miles. That's far beyond your average marathon for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's like over a 3-day period or
See, a lot of
something.
people think, the
You get,
old glass is either half full or half empty. I personally like to find a smaller glass and just pour it into that, and then I have a full glass again. Perspective.
Perspective.
perspective. That's
Find a
it.
smaller glass.
Smaller glass. Find a smaller glass. Now your cup ith overflow. Right. Your cup ith overflow. Right, like some Japanese restaurants, they do that with sake, where they'll have a square, like a box that they pour the tea in, and the whole point is to make it overflow. So they have like a deep saucer that catches the extra, and it's like a whole Zen thing of like, here, life has blessed you with more than you can even handle. Here you go.
Yeah.
Love that.
I have another point, but I'm gonna play some of these messages before we get to it.
Yeah, I got one too, but I wrote it down.
Is it wrong to eat ass?
Never.
I don't think so.
Who would I be to judge and say anything's wrong?
Manifest Destiny came to me today, actually.
There it is.
The historic account, but also the limerick, the rhythm within it.
Yeah, now that's a trip right there, right? Manifesting your personal destiny, that's all cool. But like, yeah, I swear to God said I could just like, go rape, pillage, and take everything from all these people over here. Swear to God said it was cool. I don't know about that kind of manifestation.
Yeah, manifesting, that's a tricky subject.
Yeah, very. That's a whole nother talk, man.
Yo, crazy. I appreciate you saying that. Desire, work, and belief. 100%, bro. 100% agree with you. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, dude.
Desire, work, and
Thanks
belief.
for being here.
Thanks for being here. Thank you. You have to have all of the above in order to manifest completely.
Mm-hmm.
A full desire is gonna happen and put the work in.
Take any piece of that puzzle out, and it's not gonna. You don't have a complete puzzle. Yeah.
Right. That's not to say that you won't manifest, but it will be harder to manifest because you're not putting your all into it.
That's it.
And it's fucking insane, and that's what we should all be doing. Being better than everyone else and not stopping and continually just making everything better. And you think about it, everything that you can think about to make a business has already been thought of, but that's not the point. The point is to make it better than everyone else and, make a product that's exactly the same but does something completely different, but does the same job.
That's the key, is solving somebody's problem, right? If you can figure out how to improve a service or a business or a product so that it solves an existing problem, it would be hard not to succeed. But
So, I actually watched an interesting little video about a theory that this guy had, and I uphold this theory because it makes sense to me that we're now out of the age of information, to the point where there's so much information out there. Even if new information is being pumped in, there's so much out there that you wouldn't know it at this point. What we are in now is the age of curation, which is why content creators and influencers are so important, because they're the people who filter through this information and bring you these stories and this information in a different light. And honestly, this entire age, I feel like, has been a manifestation of millennials and zennials, and even some Gen X people. Because honestly,
Gen X heels.
Because we all have a desire for this information, but like I said, there's so much of it out there that no one's been pumping out new information. We've just been getting filtered the same shit over and over. But now that there's not so many people out there who can pump out this information in a more niched manner, people are able to actually absorb the information that they want to hear, information that they need to hear, and some information that they may not have gotten otherwise.
I really like how you said that. I mean, yeah, so thank God for people that filter for us, because with 400 channels, you know, on cable alone, sorry, is that dog barking really loud?
No, I can barely hear him.
Okay, good. Neighbor dog's going crazy. So with 400 channels on cable and then, you know, endless on YouTube, that's the thing, is information overload. And I've been there myself, right? Like when I'm trying to research a topic for a podcast or whatever, because I do a podcast and I didn't even think about it like that I'm kind of doing I'm trying to help people access the information by eliminating the information overload. So I've filtered through it. Now here's 5 of my sources that you could check out.
Yeah, because honestly, if you look at most of the self-help teachers or you know those YouTube ads where the dude comes on and is like, yeah, I've got 5 Ferraris and I make $10,000 an hour. Here's how you can.
Oh yeah.
Most of those guys are doing
Caleb.
All those dudes do is information. That's all they're doing. All they're doing is like, yeah, I scoured through 20,000 hours and 17 years of info so you wouldn't have to. And that's going to cost exactly $1,459.67 over a 6-month period.
Yep. But you can start today for $29.95.
Exactly.
For a small monthly payment of $29.95, sign up here for my free webinar, right? And they all hook you with the same thing, right? It says free video, they're in a baller house, they got baller cars, then watch my free webinar, and then that leads you to either their course or their book or something, right?
Or it's the one where it's the dry erase board where they're like scribbling with the marker at 3 times speed and everything's perfectly drawn.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, man. And it's always like, and it's like the cartoons are so fucking emotive. You start to like feel for them. Like, yeah, man, Ted's right. I am tired of this shit. I'm like,
yep. Ted's right. Yeah. Damn it, Chad's got a valid point there. I quit.
Are you tired of being miserable doing things that you don't want to do, even though they're the very things that keep you alive? Yeah. So was I, until I discovered that I didn't have. Like, come on, man. Like, why? Why the same pitch? Did you guys all go to the same school to learn the same pitch?
Yeah, that's so good. And but back to like what that guy was saying about you know, what are the different parts of manifestation and this and that. So I was in real estate for a little bit, and unfortunately I hit it at a bad time right after there was a fire here, so didn't kill it. But one of the things that I learned from my coach, I had a mentor and a coach, and and you heard this from a lot of people that were successful, is you got to figure out what your why is. Why are you doing it? And if your why is not powerful enough to drive you, then either you got to get a new why, or you got to refocus and maybe try to manifest something else that is that important to you.
Yeah. Like, know what your value is. Like, for me, anything that I get into, I compare it to breathing. And Oscar G, I have to accredit you for this because it's a comparison that I've done ever since you said this one day in your talk, in the talk that we had. But like, if you want you have to want something more than you want to breathe. If you've ever, I don't know how many people have ever experienced suffocation or drowning, but the idea of not being able to breathe is terrifying. The idea of lack of oxygen is terrifying. You have to want whatever you want, your main goal in life, your main, like, this is why I live. You have to want that more than you want the breath in your body. Because if you don't want it bad enough. My thing is, I'm willing to die for what I want, but I have the will enough to live for it instead.
Bam.
You feel me? Like
Oh, dude, that was beautifully said.
You feel me? I'm willing to put everything on the line, but I'm going to keep going even if I don't get it. I'm still going to keep going until I get it. I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I agree with you 100%. Like I'm adamant about politics and stuff, right? I'm not going to quit talking about it. I don't care if there's a knock on my door. I think it's my duty to talk about the stuff that that's not taught in school, that's not on the news, that most people are too tired to dig and search for when they get home from work, you know? Yeah, I think because I am interested in it, I got passion there. But then on the flip side, I think it's, you know, I want to make people laugh too, because you can't just come at people all hard all the time. Sometimes people just want to chill, you know?
Exactly. And you have to know when to hit people with the hard truth and when to hit them with a joke or two. Because what I've learned is that insight comes from two places. Change comes from two places: discomfort and insight. You're either gonna feel some way about it that is gonna make you want to change because you don't like feeling that way, or something's just gonna click and you're gonna get it naturally. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The way I've been doing this is wrong.
Yep, makes perfect sense to me.
And that's why I don't want to make you laugh or I want to make you angry. But in a way that helps. I'm not out here just trying to push people's buttons, but I do want to challenge you. I want to challenge people to think.
I was just gonna say, oh man, dude, oh man, we got like a crazy level of synchronicity going on here tonight.
Hey man, I've been meditating, so like I've been really trying to like zone in and really like connect because I want to be able to help people, and in order to help people, I have to help myself. I have to get myself in a headspace where people can get the gems that I want to drop on them.
Dude. Okay, there's another thing that you said for me. Awesome, but in a better way than I could have. Okay, yeah, what he said. Yeah, what Infinite just said right there. Yep, me too. Ditto. There we go.
Yeah, this is so relevant to what I'm working on right now. I'm working on a business with a friend, and we're trying to put a bunch of educational resources together for people to enter crypto, you know, and like really educate them, because there's a lot of scams. Obviously, people get hacked. So, man, it's like we need to take care of people in this area.
Dude, 100%. I agree with you 100%. I've been deep in crypto since really its inception. I've been deep in crypto since like 2010, 2011. And like there's so much bullshit out there when it comes to cryptocurrency. So like shout out to you for doing that. And if you guys ever want to do a talk about crypto, I'm more than happy to, because I love bringing awareness to cryptocurrency, because I believe that it is the financial staple of the future. And not just because of its insane value on the stock market, but simply because more and more businesses around the world are adapting it. Like I was just in the mall, and they have a Bitcoin ATM in the mall now. They're like Bitcoin in malls now, okay? Like they're in corner stores. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's moving out of its original space of just being an internet currency. It's real world. So like I'm all for pushing people forward with cryptocurrency and letting them know that this is something you need to understand, not just for its current value, but for its future value.
Absolutely. I mean, the world's definitely moving towards a decentralized currency, right? Because that's how they manipulate and rob us blind, is by having control over our money supply, one of the ways. So it's very, very needed, not to mention our money's a fiat currency, not based on anything anyway. So it's just monopoly. The dollar is just monopoly money at this point, backed by the military. But what he was saying, dude, I'm that guy. I'm ignorant. I don't know shit about shit. I need somebody to teach me, because I'm like, I would love to buy some Bitcoin or some Dogecoin somebody talked about, but I don't know anything about anything. But I'm about to get a little bit of money here for the first time in a long, second time in my life. So I don't want to miss the boat.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I'm on, because like the first time my money came around, I wasn't I didn't have the financial literacy or the knowledge to truly take advantage of it.
Same.
Game is different. I'm read up. I'm well educated, and I'm ready to make millions.
Boom.
What's up, Infinite Thought?
Hey.
And another thing, what we talking about? I heard you talk about barking, dogs barking, but what we talking about? It just coming through.
Hey, thank you for being here. Talking about manifesting, and either what have you manifested thus far this year, or what are you working on manifesting here in 2021, the land of the year of infinite possibilities. Ooh, I didn't even mean to pun like that. Infinite possibilities in 2021. So what are you manifesting in 2021? That's exactly what we're talking about.
What I'm manifesting in 2021, I'm manifesting my EP hitting the Billboard Top 100.
Sick, dude. I'm manifesting putting together an EP. I've had this music I've been sitting on for a decade now that I never did anything with because like life happened and I started feeling sorry for myself and all that stuff that we kind of talked about earlier. A few people are just coming in. Thank you for being here. Clap it up. We'll draw some more people here. Check out the conversation earlier because we got kind of deep there.
We definitely about to messages because I see a lot of y'all starting to flood in with the engagement, and we want to keep y'all engaged. So we about to hit these messages and see what y'all got to say with some replies as well.
Let's do it.
What's good with you, my boy Infinite? My boy Infinite. And another thing, how you doing today?
Great.
What's good with y'all? What's cracking? I'm here showing some love. You know what it is, my boy.
My guy, what's good? Fuck what you say. How you doing, man? How you doing? It's always a good time when you roll around, man. We just talking about
happening.
You know how the podcast go. We started talking about manifestation. We still are for the most part, but we're also dropping some gems in some other areas. We just got off a little bit of a Bitcoin talk, but yeah, stick around because you never know when the conversation's gonna go. And
you know how Infinite rolls.
You feel me?
Infinite thought, infinite possibilities. You know how you roll. So there we go. Stick around.
Wow, infinite thought, man. Damn, man. Infinite thought, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers right here, baby. Yeah, dude, that was good, man.
Thanks, bro.
Sorry, Infinite. I fucked up your perfect lead-in. You were gonna do like and another message or something. I fucked it up.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
I'm gonna have to agree with Infinite on that because as a musician and one that plays so many instruments, you can't just do it for fun. If you invest years of your life or even any time at all into something that could potentially make you money and you feel passionate about it, you should pursue it. But if you're just like, this is just a hobby, I'd just say stop it right now. Because you can bring yourself enjoyment other ways. Don't waste time nor money on something that isn't going to get you nowhere because you simply like to do it. If you like to do it and you willing to die for it, then yes, go ahead by all means. But if you don't pursue it.
Don't make career movies with hobby energy.
That's it. That is it. On that note, though, like you could all, this is also the era of co-promotion and things like that nature. So if you're a musician, you could also look into writing your first book about how you made your first CD or something, how you got to where you're at a certain level or whatever, or you know what I mean, like a different, like Infinite and I were both talking about that we both want to write books. Because we got shit to say, and it's also another way to bring attention to other things you're doing. A lot of the stuff I talk about in my podcasts could go on for hours. Sometimes it does on stereo now, so that's awesome. But before I used to keep it to like 1 or 2 hours. And it's hard to finish the whole thought sometimes, right? So a book will be perfect for that because, you know, it could be as long or as short as whatever. But I just kind of got to, you know, come up with the framework of what it's really going to be about, so it's not just me, you know, rambling.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
The one thing that I will say about that is that if you love something too much, you got to be careful being addicted to it. Obviously, you know, me being in kind of this crypto business, it's, you know, numbers, watching numbers go up and down, and man, I can't tell you how addicting that is. There's no doubt about that. We love to imagine, you know, ourselves being this, you know, great personality, this great ego. But that shit goes away real fast. And ultimately, what we have left is, you know, what other people attribute to us. People don't care about, you know, material shit. It's like that spirit that's just like busting through, like you're talking about, wanting to do it more than you want to breathe. Just keep talking it, keep living it.
That's it, bro.
Exactly.
Yep. Like one of my dreams that I'm manifesting is busting into doing commercials, to doing voiceover work. So, fuck it. I put on my stereo profile that I am a voice actor. I'm owning it. I am doing it currently. I might not be getting paid for it, but my next step is to put a little thing on Fiverr. So I don't care if somebody pays me $5. Now I'm paid. That means I'm professional. If I got paid.
Like, kudos to you, man, and I agree with you 100%. Because before I even really got big on stereo, I was saying, "Oh, I'm a podcaster." Back when before stereo had even launched, and before stereo had even, like, come out, I was one of the people who was working with stereo, like test out the features and whatnot. And I was like, "Yo,
Nice.
I'm a podcaster. That's what I'm a podcaster and I'm a content creator." And I owned that before I got on here, and before I was able to get on here. And I feel like because I owned it for so long, actually stepping into the position, it made it easier. Because and honestly, I attest this to like understanding how the subconscious works. When you tell the subconscious something for so long, it believes it, because your subconscious cannot distinguish between what is a truth and a lie that's been repeated over and over and over again. So your subconscious mind, those are the same thing. So even if you are not in the place where you want to be right now, if you keep telling yourself in the back of your head, like say you're not a firefighter right now, but you want to be, keep telling yourself, I'm a firefighter, and you'll start noticing yourself taking unconscious steps towards becoming a firefighter. You'll notice you'll start looking stuff up more. You'll notice you'll have an unconscious urge to start working out more. Like it's about hacking your own mind. Hacking, like biohacking, is one of my favorite ways of manifestation. Like I won't call it a shortcut, but it definitely does take a lot of the stress off of it.
Totally. That's brilliant way of putting it. Like a firefighter is a great example, right? And so all of a sudden, subconsciously, you find yourself going to the gym more, right? Now, when the fire department is hiring, all of a sudden you're yoked. You're in the top 10% of people who would apply, right?
Yeah, because subconsciously you've been training yourself all this
along.
Time, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's brilliantly
any
put.
tips on enhancing your meditation?
Yeah, bro, for sure. Well, before I talk about enhancing it, I'd like to know what you're doing currently, because, you know, want to know where you're starting from before I try to tell you how to make it better, because you might be doing something more than I'm even talking about. So circle back around and tell me what do you do? Like, do you have like a regular practice, and how do you meditate? Yeah.
What's up, everybody? What's up, another thing? Hopefully you're doing great. Both of y'all are doing fantastic, phenomenal, awesome. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say a lot of crazy words because I don't even have a lot of crazy words in my Victoria.
That's my
hey.
Once known as unknowable being, he is elevated and escalated, enlightened himself, and now he is the unknowable God.
Yes. He has ascended.
He has ascended. See, that's how you do it, people. To the level of
exactly. Case in point, right there.
Sorry, static connection. Many blessings to both of y'all. Hopefully you're having a great time, staying blessed, staying awesome, staying phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you didn't kick the cancel or something. But anyway, yeah, technical difficulties. I'm sorry, but yeah, too much energy, not enough space. I'm sorry. If you didn't get the first message, I just said, "What's up, Infant? What's up? Another one thing. Wait, another thing. Wait, another thing. Another one thing. Wait, fudge. And another thing. That's it. Yay! Fudge, I'm messing up here. My brain. Many blessings to both of you.
Oh, that was priceless. I'm saving that clip to Instagram. I hope I got it. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Bitcoin is kind of the means, the gateway for people to enter that space. But ultimately, this is democratization of systems and giving value to our communities, right? Like before, we couldn't really give a dollar value to, our neighborhood in Chicago or New York City. But now we can democratize and monetize that. Super powerful. But yeah, we're definitely going to do a talk. We've been talking about branching out and doing shows with different people. So I'm on it, bro.
For sure. Can't wait, bro.
Nice.
I can't wait.
I agree with you, gentlemen. Absolutely. It's going to be the future, Bitcoin, any kind of crypto. And yeah, in fact, America is already working on its digital dollar. They're seeing this and they're already working on it. That's interesting.
See what I'm saying? Everybody's like, give it 5 years. They're not gonna take that long. 5 years, everybody's gonna be hopping on, or is gonna be in full progress of pushing out their digital currency. The paper is getting phased out. I'm telling y'all.
Yep.
Pretty soon, rappers about blue faces no more. They're gonna be talking about Bitcoin. Some of them already. And even
for sure, I don't know if you've seen it where you are during COVID, but around here where I am, a bunch of businesses tried to say they weren't taking cash anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, you'll take my money, motherfucker. That's all. I got cards, but I don't like using them. So I'm like, nope, sorry, that's all I got is cash. And they're like, all right.
That's the thing. The days of the dollar king is about to lose his throne.
Oh yeah, totally.
Getting hacked.
Yeah.
My advice to everybody here. Gotta get real serious real quick.
Yeah.
So my advice to everybody here. If you're gonna do something in life, one thing I recommend is write. Put your emotions and your thoughts on paper. Put them down somewhere where you can go back and catch inspiration from. Because if you're constantly living in the moment, you're never really going to get anywhere in life. You're going to probably end up failing at a lot of things. But if you end up storing ideas and knowledge someplace, somewhere, for you to find later, your future self, or for other people to find, you end up leaving a legacy and end up leaving knowledge for yourself and other people, which can end up being a greater asset to you and to others.
That is,
man, brilliantly said. Such a great point.
Everybody in the top, I want to say everybody in the top 10% of wealthy people, they all have notes. They all take notes. They all have journals. They all jot down. They all have a place where they put down, a physical place where they put their thoughts to paper. Because that's valuable.
Absolutely. And it's one thing to have a scribble pad, but it's another thing to be organized like that. So you got a notebook or something that you're keeping and archiving.
I'm working on my second notebook. I'm halfway through my second notebook. I'm probably about to go buy a new notebook tomorrow.
Nice, dude. Nice. That's awesome. One thing one thing that kind of lines in with that is another gem that I learned when I was doing real estate from my coach. It goes in with time management, and time management goes hand in hand with manifesting anything, right? What are you spending your time on? So they gave me this thing where you fill in every hour of every day from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. What did you do?
Yeah.
Um,
And one little tip that I'll tell you about your notes: sign and date every page of your notes, just in case notes ever fall out of hands that are not yours. You have proof that those are your notes. Say if you put inventions or ideas or songs or anything in your notes, keep it to where you have, your shit's infallible. Like, people can't take your shit.
Yeah, and be careful sharing stuff until you have it copywritten.
Yeah.
Because yeah, one time I had a book of poetry that I just finished writing. I was all proud of it. It was all typed up and in a in just a floppy folder, but each page was in a plastic protective sleeve. And I brought it to my friend's house. I don't know why. I think I was going to try to use some for lyrics in a band that I was in at the time. And I don't know how it happened, but it got stolen somehow.
You feel me? If people see your inspiration and know that they can take it without getting caught, they will.
Yeah, and I could remember a couple off the top of my head, but that was it. Oh, brutal.
Oh, and another piece of life advice: do not always aim for the stars. Don't aim for the skies, because you'll end up falling flat on your ass. Set the bar low enough so that you can have some success, but also low enough so that there's very little risk. Because if you end up too high, you're not always guaranteed to make it.
That's true, but I have to. It's all up to personal preference. Me, I'm a go big or go hard or go home person. Either you're gonna give it your all, because the thing is, there's always gonna be risk involved in everything you do, and the risk has nothing to do with what you're doing. The risk is all you. You are the risk. Like when you go to gamble, gamble is not the risk. The money's the risk. You're the risk. And if that being the case, if I'm the risk, I'm gonna bet 100 I'm gonna bet it all every time because I believe that I got what it takes.
I could see both sides of that. Like, I see what he's saying, right? Like, I want to shoot for the stars because then if I fall short, I'm still landing on the moon, right? But
that's reality. I'm gonna shoot I'm shooting for the other side of the universe. I'm gonna land on a planet somewhere along the lines.
Right, exactly. But I also see what he's saying about attainable. Maybe that's the ultimate goal, but then you set attainable steps so you can have little wins along the way that give you momentum.
Exactly. That's more along the lines of where I would set that is where you put mini goals in the path of your main goal, so that along the way those victories keep you going, because you do these little victories to keep you going every once in a while, just so you know that you're on the right path.
And that really is part of the art of manifestation, is breaking down said goal into manageable steps, achievable steps. So that means bite-sized pieces, right? So what are the 10 things that I got to do to achieve A, B, C, or D, right?
Exactly.
And each of those 10 things can have 10 sub things below that, right? So it could be 1,000 things to do to achieve your goal, as far as actual things that you actually have to go out and achieve, right? Okay, I got to go get a business license, right? Like, okay, well, that's like four things right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing, are you trying to do a late night show tonight? Question mark.
Not really, man. I would, but I'm burnt. I've already done. This is my 4th show today. I think I'm open on Saturday though, bro. No, I'm just chilling, having doing kind of a deeper thing with Infinite Thought here. But I would love to chop it up for a comedy thing another time. If you could check out my I don't even know my schedule right now. So if you could check out my profile and just, if I'm open, I'll schedule something and I'll approve it. Yeah.
You got some nice talks coming up. I'm looking at the schedule right now. You got some dope talks coming up, man.
Thank you, brother.
I can agree with Infinite on the fact that you should always put your best. Okay, so what I'm saying is don't always expect the best outcome. Let's put it like that. Don't expect the best outcome, because expecting the best outcome will only cause your spirits to get lower if you fail.
Yeah.
Or if you fall short. Yeah, you'll be like, I did this, and feel like I could do better. But, like, there's a little bit of part of you that will grow and grow and grow. It's doubt and shit. Like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. And that's not everybody, but more often than not, that's what happens. So I'm saying emotionally, don't set the bar too high. Don't get your hopes up. Like, you can aim as high as you want, but the best way is to plan for the worst. If you plan for the worst, you can get the best.
Very valid point. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and break it down into realistic, achievable, bite-sized pieces. Yep.
Exactly.
Brilliant words. Thank you for that awesome message. Here, I'll hit the next one.
What's up, another thing? You got
Kingsport
another
Calvin.
thing coming. What's going
What's up,
on,
buddy?
man? I'm on my lunch break at work. Been listening to you and Infinite over here. Y'all dropping some deep stuff. It's pretty good. Anyway, yeah, I'll continue to listen when I go back in. But yeah, I like listening to you because I don't use earphones when I listen to and when I'm in the factory, and I just use the phone, and your voice, I can actually hear you over all the fucking noise in the factory. But anyway, I can actually hear both of you pretty well. But some people, some people's microphones aren't that great. But yeah, I can hear you pretty good. So anyway, you didn't need to know that, but I'll just go and tell that to you anyway. And I hope you have a good show, and I will be listening.
Oh, that was actually crucial information. Much needed feedback, bro.
I actually
Appreciate that.
Video, and for people who like to make fun of me and say that my audio is not the greatest. So thank you. This lets me know that they're all full of shit.
Right?
Yeah, they're all
there
full
we
of
go.
shit. And they just like fucking with me. Okay.
There we go.
Saving that video right there. And then I'm going to go beat up my friends. They're not nice.
Clap it up, people. Give yourselves a hand. Give Infinite Thought a hand. If you're enjoying what we're talking about, clap it up. It'll trigger the algorithm to send more people to the conversation. We appreciate you all. Let me give a quick shout out to some people before we bust out these last 3 messages. We got down to 3 messages, so we'll get to your comments real quick here. We got, man, I always say this dude's name wrong, and I apologize. I think he's like French Canadian or French. Bazer, I think, or Bazer, I think it's something like that. But I'm like such a Californian with it. I'm like, is it Bazer, dude? Like, sorry if I'm butchering your name, bro. But anyway, thanks for being here. Kingsport Calvin, Ravarundarum. Oh my God, how do you say that one? Can you say that name? My God. Ravarundiordun. Wow. That's a tough one. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for being here. Joy, I love Snyderman.
Your name. Hey, shout out to 222-raw.raw-222.
Rah-Rah's in the house. What's going on? She and I did a show this morning. She's an awesome human. Drop a follow on her. Drop a follow on Infinite. Drop a follow on myself. If you hear anybody make a comment that you like, drop a follow on them. You're all family. Jeff Strange.
Yeah, you are.
Jackson Lieb. Fuck what you say. Love that name. Dendu. Yeah. Much appreciated, people. Dr. 1125. And Mr. Jolly.
And to reset the room, if you guys have anything that you're manifesting for this year, or that you've manifested already, and that you're in the process of manifesting, let us know. Let's put some positive energy towards it. All the positive energy in the world only helps your manifestation.
That's it. We want to support it. We want to focus on it. We want to speak about it, which is throwing sound waves out into the universe, which is, bringing more energy to it.
Exactly.
So what is it? Bring it. You want to hit the next one? We'll alternate through those.
Let's do it.
Let's do
Yo,
it, buddy.
what is going on? Dave and
What's up,
Infinite
man?
Thought. Just tuning in.
Appreciate you.
Listening to what you guys were saying about, shooting for the stars or being more realistic. I think what bridges the gap for me is like journaling. And I don't know if you've done or heard about the bullet journal. You can have like your main goal, split that into other goals, and then you can kind of zoom in from the year, month to the day, and then even to how that's factoring into your long-term goals, and then stay on your grind and stay about it. And what's great about bullet journaling is that it's fully customizable. You can do whatever you want it to do. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you guys journal, or do you guys use a planner or anything like that?
Yes. I use notebooks. I'm huge in notebooking. My bad,
Me
guys.
too.
I'm actually I'm rifling through a book and a comic book that I just got, and I just realized how I'm going to get through reading them both in a week. I'm gonna do I don't know if this process exists or if I'm coming up with it, but I'm gonna let you guys know how it goes after I finish it, because I think I just figured out a new way of reading. This is pretty dope.
I want to know what he was talking about. He said something like bull writing or something like that, where you break your project or your goal down into these, or bullet. Well, I want to hear what he was talking about there. Like, can you fill us in on that? Because I've done something similar where you take your goal, right? Like, okay, like with real estate, they make you do that. I want to make $100,000 a year. Okay, well, what's the average house price in the area? All right, what's your commission on that house price? How many of those do you got to sell to make $100,000? And then you break it down into how are you going to do that? And then you basically fill up your daily to-do calendar every single day with, all right, here's my 8 hours of work every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to hear what I hadn't heard the way he described that before, like bullet writing or bull writing or something like that. That was interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to hear more about it too, because I actually haven't heard of that method either.
Yeah.
And I want to see if it's something that I can implement myself. So if you want to, expound on that, please do.
Yeah, for sure. And I also wanted to hear about this new method of
By
reading.
plan for the worst, I mean contingencies consistently. Like, you can't, if you're putting all your efforts into one thing with no safety net, it's a huge gamble. And Infinite, I feel you on everything that you're saying, but you gotta have contingencies. It is the best way to go about life. Play it. You can always bet everything you have, but you should always have a little bit left in the gas tank to get you home.
Oh yeah.
Or to get you back where you started, so you can try again.
You should always have what you would call like a safe. Like, you know how video games save you at certain places. That principle, you can't apply that principle with life with a little bit of perspective. If you keep there are certain spots in your life where you should know that no matter what happens to me, I can always come back here and lick my wounds.
Right, exactly. Like, it's one thing to bet everything, but you just don't bring all your money to the casino, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I say bet everything, that means that, like, when you're in that situation or you see the opportunity to rise, don't ever second guess an opportunity that you think can get you to the place where you want to be. That's what I'm not saying put eggs in one basket. By all means, do not ever put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. I didn't see, when you said it like that, I didn't see that you meant it, the eggs in the basket thing. I thought you just meant that you're confident, and if you are going to gamble, you're going to walk up, you're going to slap $100 on Black 13 or whatever the hell it is. If if cards is your game, and you walk away, boom, and you're either hitting it or you're not.
Exactly. And you know what the house says? Always bet on black.
Skidum tad.
Did somebody just say bite size? My size? I see here and another thing and infinite thought. Way to do it. Way to do the damn thing. And another thing. Keeping your spirits up, keeping your spirits high. I fucking love it. We had a good talk earlier. Kind of kept my momentum going too. What I would have to say about expectations is that because we're all humans, right? We can all agree we're all human. We all make mistakes. So I adopted this kind of a way where I don't put any expectations on anything, or especially anyone, no matter what it is that I'm doing or how good I feel, because there's no such thing as perfect. If I put expectations on something, I'm almost guaranteed I will be disappointed. Because, I guess you can say things don't always end up as they seem, and it's...
You want to hit that next one?
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm trying not to do these double comments in a row, but fuck. Okay, I just said butt fuck, I'm sorry. Yeah, no expectations. Just keep going forward and no expectations. You'll never be upset. You'll never get disappointed in case this goes this way, this goes that way. I should just say me. I'll never be disappointed in anything if I don't have no expectations on it, because for the simple fact that if my expectations aren't met, I'm going to go off on a tangent. Totally separate way. If I eliminate that for myself, then maybe, just maybe, if something goes sideways, the answers will be more easily accessible as to which way I would go next. So yeah, for me right now, it's all about momentum, keeping it going, talking to the right people, keeping my spirits high. This room right here is very, very, very high in energy. I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling all of the adulting over here. Yay.
Oh Lord, thank you, Rara. She's an awesome human.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yeah, for sure. You got the next one?
I live in California too. It ain't no big thing. I don't really know French either, but I do know that word. It's baiser.
Baiser. Okay, there we go.
And depending on how you say it in French, it could mean kiss or fuck.
Oh, nice.
Means both. One before the other. Ooh, snap.
Yeah. But you can say my name however you want. You can call me Bowser for all I care. I understand it. I don't give a shit. I ain't tripping.
You know I mean well, dog. I'm just phonetically challenged, shall we say, being cursed with like the name Dave Smith, right? You throw in too many syllables or unique pronunciation, and I'm like, I got marbles in my mouth all of a sudden. But I mean well.
Infinite. At this point, I'm manifesting some goddamn pussy. I am saying I'm gonna get some pussy. I'm gonna get some pussy this summer. I'm gonna get some pussy because this COVID has inflicted like an abstinence that nobody's wanted. Like nobody can actually go out and slay some dragon. And they got me fucked up with that shit. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a great side topic. Oh my God, maybe we could do a whole nother talk the next time on baby boomers, the second coming. Because, dude, there's gonna be a huge wall of like a tsunami of babies being born, right?
You know what's funny? I literally earlier I was just saying to my boo, yeah, you know birth rates are gonna skyrocket after this whole COVID thing's over, right? Yeah,
hell yeah.
Birth rates are gonna go through the roof. For like
through the roof, bro.
2 to 3 years, people are gonna fuck. They're gonna fuck like it's the 80s.
Oh, like it's the 50s all over again. I'm telling you. Yeah, exactly. Well, they're gonna party like it's 1999 for sure.
Yeah. And I hope to God I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, and it's terrible because every time I hope I'm wrong, I'm usually right.
I know.
Trump being president, and I was ready.
I hope we do. And if we do go through the crazy, explosion like that, God, I hope we have free college and free education before that happens. Otherwise, we're screwed.
Listen, if they haven't learned their lesson about education at this by that point, then we're
Yeah.
But
let's keep it on the positive tip. Yeah.
I'm gonna move to become a snow monk.
There we go. I'm with you, dude.
Commune with the polar bears.
Hell yeah, I like skiing.
Teach yoga to.
I'm down. Anybody else want to escape up to our snow monk cave up in I don't know, which mountain are we going to? One of them. We'll pick a mountain.
We're gonna go to one of those diving.
We're working on it.
Antarctica.
We got scouts out. We're working on it. Get your snowshoes ready, people.
Bossier, Bizer, my brother. I write poetry. Any idea that I have, it will be spoken. It will be spoken in verse, in time, in rhyme. Any idea of mine becomes a sublime line. Consistently, my mind thinks lyrically. My words don't always come out clearly when I speak, but when I speak in verse, it sounds like I preach. And, I get heard. I get heard more because people can get attached to the little bits of words that I, let out. I let my mind move and my mouth just run out. Because people hold on to the littlest things. And you got to make those little things have big impacts.
That was so good. So good. I'm trying to save that clip. That was brilliant. People, if you hear a brilliant something like that, please share it. Save that hit that arrow, and that saves like a, 30-second clip or something like that. Yeah. So I try to get them all when they're good, but sometimes I got my hands full. So help us out, people.
Well, the whole point about bullet journaling is that there's a day view. The day view is split up into tasks, right? Those tasks are just things you got to do in your day. If you have any projects, it helps you keep in mind what you're doing. And then if their tasks are done, you just turn that little bullet into an X. If the tasks didn't get completed and it's something that needs to get done, you can turn it into a little forward mark or a little arrow that points to the next day to migrate that task to the next day, so you stay on top of it. Or you can even cross it out, which means the task is no longer relevant. And that's each day, right? And that fits into a month view, which in the month it's like, what are these month goals, and how do these month goals fit into the year goal, which fits into my life goal. There's a book called The Bullet Journal Method by Ryder Carroll. I'm going through it right now, and I'm just learning.
I am writing this down.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good read. I'm actually going to save that clip.
That sounds dope. Bizer? Dude, let's do a talk about that. You could teach me and the world about this bullet journal thing, because who couldn't use better time management, right?
You sure? I'll definitely be tuning in.
Man. What? I mean, to be 100% honest, time management's my weak point of my game. I got a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, but I'm kind of like a shotgun approach as opposed to like the sniper approach, So, I know it, and that I want to work on it. So I'm going to manifest, like we were talking about, I'm going to manifest some more organization, and that's going to increase productivity and, increased positivity, because we're getting more done with the amount of time spent. And keeping that forward momentum.
Most definitely.
I'll hit the next one.
And if you let those little phrases or words or stanzas that by a single line by itself couldn't make much sense, but if you let it all come together, whether it's big or small, it could deliver a deadly emotional blow to somebody. It could spark a whole chain of ideas just because you spoke your mind.
Spark a revolution.
So that's the way I make sure all my shit is together. Emotionally and shit, you gotta make sure that you are able to speak your mind. And through that, you relinquish all of your worries and emotions before that to free it up for, goals and things. Because if you have your emotions weighing you down, you're not gonna end up having any success because you're gonna be worried about other shit.
True.
So, whatever your name is with the B, I don't know. I don't want to butcher it again. I journal kind of sort of in a different way. It's to state the unnecessary things. Like, they're necessary in life, but when it comes to your goals, they're not necessary. So I don't plan for my goals. I dispose of what could prevent them. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, I follow you.
And another thing, I got another thing to add. I think we should do a show sometime. If you're up for it, if not, that's cool. But
let's do it.
Sometime whenever you got some kind of clear schedule, I think we should do a show. Just chalk it up about some comedy shit. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I mean? But it's just a thought. I'm just throwing it out there.
The world needs to laugh.
Let's do it. Y'all talking about?
Let's manifest a comedy show. Let's do it. The world needs to laugh more than ever, probably. So for sure, I'm down.
Laughter.
Yeah, let's power through these messages. I'm taking notes about. I want to hear what people got. Oh, actually, we're down to 2 again. Cool. That guy was talking about writing to clear his head so that he can get stuff out. So that's in the way of manifesting. I'm a big fan of that too. I think the book, the Law of Attraction, talks about that free writing in the morning, right? So without even tripping on what you're saying, you could just be saying blah 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 blah. I have nothing to write about 400 times, but you will have it's just stream of consciousness. So before you know it, you will be writing, and it purges your head of all that chatter, so that after that you can think more clearly. It's fascinating how it works.
Yeah, it is. I actually have started a practice of writing down after all of my talks, just writing down like major key points or things that just keep ringing in my head. Just to one, have an account of things that really resonated with me, and 2, to keep all of that information from running through my head when I'm trying to do other things as well.
Boom. Dual goal. Yeah. Sometimes you won't be looking back on it. It'll just have gotten out of your head. Other times you might find a little gem that you said or somebody else said, and you're like, oh snap! I could do a whole talk on that, or that could be a whole chapter in your upcoming book, right? Yeah.
Just on an unrelated note, am I the only person when I hear another thing, I think about the uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures, who's always like, one more thing. I don't know why. It's just like when I read that name, I'm like, I always want to go, one more thing, just like in my mind. It might just be me.
Oh, I love that. It's one more thing. And let me tell you one more thing.
More thing. Jackie!
Because it's basically the same, right? Yeah.
Jackie, where's the man? One more thing.
Mister, one more thing. I have one more thing to say to you.
Get out of my shop.
Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, that was good.
Fuck what you say. I'm going to tell you. That's why you keep a Rolodex. Just for shit like this. Just for like a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep a stable, son. And then you never run out of pussy. You be knee deep in pussy. Especially during the COVID because that bitches ain't got shit to do. See what I'm saying? They can't go nowhere. They can't go out. They can't do nothing. You know, you'd be like, hey, come chill with me. Come chill with me. Hang out. Make sure you vaccinated. Make sure, you know, you got your tests and shit. And then you come chill with me. And we can get through this COVID together, girl. That's how you keep it stable, son. You'll get there, fuck what you say. You'll get there.
Yep. I hear Kingsport Calvin, he might have a little, rumors has it, he might have a little white lightning to entice the ladies, you know, little, but, you know, that's just a rumor.
But yeah, man, you gotta.
He's over in Tennessee.
Listen, bro, you gotta have the horses in the stable, bro. You cannot,
That's it.
Can't be out here dry. You
Can't be out here trying to lasso them one at a time.
You feel me? Are you trying to? Why would you try to build a table during one of the worst pandemics in world history? You can't do that. You gotta. It's like you'd be good during a pandemic. You'd wear a mask. You definitely wear a mask. You should have been thinking about this stuff in 2012, bro. All right. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry.
I'm a perfect 5 with a bag on my head.
Personality's a 10.
Oh Lord.
What I think I like about the bullet journal method is it kind of merges those two worlds. Like if you know, you got to remember that trash day's coming up and you got to write that stuff down, or set a reminder for yourself, or you know, Apple calendars or Google calendars or whatever. Then yeah, that's part of the bullet journal method too. You put that shit on there and then you can exit out. You know what I mean? And so it's all part of the comprehensive view of you know, stuff you got to do, and also you know, the grind, the vision. You know, that's what I like about it. But yeah.
Yeah, big fan of lists, man, because you know, it helps you stay organized. And then I'll talk about it in a second. I'll come back to it, but I wrote a note. But yeah, I was listening to somebody talk about how lists help them stay motivated and stuff.
And what else I like about the bullet journal method too is that if you live a kind of like a freestyle life where you know, you don't necessarily schedule everything, and you like getting, you know, going down rabbit holes and stuff. That's why I like the bullet journal method too, because it makes sure that I get all my shit done. I can X out all that stuff, you know, and then I can just kick back and know that I got all that stuff done at the end of the day, you know.
And one more thing I gotta say. Definitely thing about writing to clear your mind is that it doesn't just clear your mind. It can create new, innovative ways for you to pursue your goal. It can also not create, but allow you to, you know, have revelations while writing, because you could be having these thoughts in your head and putting them on paper, reading it and speaking it could cause you to look at something that you saw as a problem in a completely different light. It allows you to give insight to yourself in the moment while clearing your mind at the same time.
That's big facts.
I agree with this guy that's saying that we've had one of them. God damn it, I don't think there's any way for me to cancel these messages. Oh, it's a slide down. Oops, okay. But I wanted to respond to this dude that was talking about us having the worst pandemic, and I think it's definitely worse psychologically for us because we don't know how to be alone. You know, we don't have our own mission. A lot of people, you know, that are working jobs, and you know, I think we're really hurting a lot spiritually. And when that silence comes, we feel it. You know, it's amplified.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, human interaction is really the biggest victim of this pandemic. The social condition, the fact that we are extremely social creatures, and not only are we being told to wear masks so that we can't even see the full emotional expression of people's faces anymore. Because I'm not gonna lie, a stranger smile used to actually bring me joy. It's like, oh, they're happy. Oh, they're having a good
Right?
day. That used to make my day
Yeah.
look hell anymore. That's
Me
the problem.
too.
Another thing, the fact that the social distancing, the fact that you can't say what's up to people regularly anymore. Like not even your friends. It's like up, elbow touch, boom. Like that used to be for if like flu season was around. Now it's just like nah, bro. I can't touch you. In fact,
Yeah.
elbow touch over FaceTime from 7 feet away. Like
Yeah. And I'm a hugger. So
I'm,
like, yeah.
so am I, dude. Like hugs are healthy for you. That is proven. I'm a huge advocate for hugging, and like right now, I'm looked at like a monster because I want to give people a hug. It's like I gotta know you. We gotta be blood related. Like that makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alpha Key or Alpha QI, I really love what you just said. I find that like in life, the biggest growth comes after the biggest suffering, and yeah, learning to be alone or learning to understand that I am enough, you know, and that I have this potential inside of me, and that I can realize that I can make it happen through, you know, intention, and that
Yeah.
requires, you know, getting to work too, you know, and
Yes, it
yeah,
does.
so I love it. I love it. And I love the discussion. Keep it going, guys. All love, all positive energy here.
You know it, man. We here for it, and I'm loving this. Thank you, thank you guys so much for being here for it, for being present, for bringing all of this positive energy. You know, you could have spent your time anywhere else, but you chose to spend it with us. You chose to, kick back and relax with us and have this conversation. So thank y'all so much. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah, for sure. I was just going to say the same thing. Much love to all you people. It's been so positive. Like, we haven't even had a single troll. This has just been nothing but love and people really contributing, you know? I learned some shit. I've been taking notes. I've filled a whole page with notes during this conversation. This has been another dope conversation, bro. Thank you so much. This has been awesome. One thing I wrote down that I kind of wanted to come back to, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of tea real quick.
I'm over here rolling a blunt.
I've been talking a lot today, so my throat's getting a little, but I'm good. So I was listening to this talk with Matthew McConaughey. He was on the Joe Rogan talk show, podcast, whatever. And he was talking about, I think he's writing a book called Green Lights. And what he meant is that, you know, he never did anything that when life is easy and you're on cruise control and you just keep getting green lights, that's not, you got to be careful then, because that's a slippery slope. You think it's always going to be like that. You don't push yourselves in those times because everything's easy. So you just ride that wave kind of thing. So he came up with that saying, oh, green lights, to remind himself, oh, it's happening again, right? So that he keeps grinding. And and one way he keeps doing that is by making lists. The way he stays positive is by making lists. And he says he even puts like dropping a deuce in the morning on his list, take a shower. So by the time he even sits down to do any work, he's already got like 3 or 4 wins in the day, on 4 or 5 on his list, right?
Exactly. Because it may seem minuscule, but your brain registers. But the thing is, your brain can't register the difference between winning the lottery and taking your shit. If it's on the list, it's on the list. Like your brain, that bouncer at the club. If it's not on the list, you're not on the list, bro.
You're not on the list.
You're not on the list.
Yeah.
That's your
and
brain.
if it's on the list and you got it done, you're like, boom, got her done. Even if it's just something that simple, subconsciously you're thinking, yep, I did it.
Your goal is
follow
to get
through.
in your VIP column into the club. And everything that ain't supposed to be around, you kick that shit to the back of the club and beat the shit out of it like a good bouncer. No, don't beat the shit out of it. Kick it out of the club.
Yeah, you just throw them out you just throw them out the back door into the alleyway, right? And you let somebody else beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, we're good bouncers. We're good bouncers. It's bad bouncer that does it.
That's right. That's right.
Administrative leave.
I want to put a different spin on what you said about, not being able to see people under the mask and that sort of stuff. And I think in these situations it comes to light more like what's really going on in our head, what we visualize is behind the mask. I know that's been true for me a lot. And, I think the reality is it doesn't matter. It matters more how you think and how you feel.
I would have to agree.
Well said.
Or how you think and how you feel.
I think there's a different form of love, which is, me not having to see what's behind the mask. Me just visualizing positivity and exactly what I want, and me not having to see that, and me not trying to get that out of you. I'm not trying to see whether you're smiling or what your expression is, or trying to get a reaction from you. I just want you to be in your own space, and to me that's a different form of love that I don't think a lot of people are familiar with.
I see that, but I mean, I also just miss, the innocent, wonderful experience of a beautiful woman smiling at you as she passes you on the sidewalk.
Right.
That's a little gift. It's a beautiful little gift that I'm not getting anymore.
I like the ego stroke of a beautiful woman smiling at me like, hey. It's like, listen, that's part of the way I know that's the green light. All right?
Right.
Eye contact is not enough of a green light. You need eye contact plus a tiny smile. Just a little bit of a corner smile. Okay?
Yep.
Like, because eye contact is like, what if she has crazy eyes?
Right. And you can't tell anything just by the eye contact unless somebody's smiling like ear to ear. But yeah, just like that little corner smile, that gives you a little pep in your step. You're like, oh man, she smiled at me.
Oh, she's perfect. Aw. Let me go put my bid in. How you doing, sweetheart? Sounds like.
Right.
I can't do that with the mask. I can't even do that. Listen. That's where the 6 feet comes in. Because you know how awkward it is to try to flirt from 6 feet away?
Yeah. Exactly. Excuse me. Pardon me. I got my bullhorn, right? Like, hey, how you doing there?
All right? It's an awkward. I can't do it. I mean, I can do it. I don't want to do it.
That would make a great skit, bro. Flirting with chicks with a bullhorn in a supermarket parking lot, like in the Whole Foods parking lot. Excuse me, ma'am. I couldn't help but notice you.
4 feet away. So you make this contraption to put a fake arm around her shoulder to let her know that you're trying to make the moves.
Yeah, the COVID prosthetic.
It's like, yeah, I'm getting cozy. But it has a glove on, so it's sanitary.
Oh my God, we could develop a whole line of like dating products to assist people during COVID. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh. It sounds silly, but that's $1 million silly.
Ever stop enjoying yourself. I say pursue something that you enjoy and that you will never give up on. If you enjoy it because it's like circumstantial, don't pursue it, but enjoy yourself to the best of your ability. Because focusing on all the work is not the best way to go. It will end up getting tiresome and boring. I had a math coach in, what was it, 5th grade? He made mad money doing advertisements, but he didn't love that. And he was like, he made decent money, like excellent money. And he told me I was so upset with that job, I quit. and he became a teacher, which is way less.
I couldn't agree with what he said more. Never stop enjoying yourself unless you're about to be on a Zoom call. Then you might want to just stop for a little bit.
And put some pants on.
Put some damn pants on. Exactly. You don't want to lose your job. You can get back to that after the Zoom call, right? That's all I'm saying.
Which was way less money. But because he enjoyed it and he was still making money, he was happy. So enjoy what you do. Try your best to enjoy what you do. I don't go looking for the biggest payout, because if you do that without like taking into account yourself or your own emotional well-being and trying to manifest like I want the biggest payout, that's not the way to go. Say I want to be happy and make enough bread to satisfy me. That is what you should be looking for.
Hell yeah. And work remotely from Thailand.
Hey, man, you want to wrap this thing up in 10 minutes?
Yeah, let's do it. That's perfect. You read my mind. Again. I think that's like the third time tonight, bro. You totally just like read my mind.
Just on
That's
the way.
awesome.
On the way.
In tune.
Make a smile for me.
Yes,
Lately
sir.
I've been so lonely, and a smile from you can make these blues go away.
Very nice. That was beautiful.
Very nice, very nice.
Little melancholy. Hopefully you're not feeling that down today, but if you are, hey, it's okay. I'm glad you're with us.
Very. Just to recap on, just give a little recap on what we went over here. We touched on manifestation. Touched on manifestation. We touched on, what else did we touch on? We touched on so much in actually a short amount of time.
Productivity and manifestation, but then how do you manifest? So we broke it down into some steps, and we had some listeners jiving in with some amazing nuggets. We had free writing, bullet journal method.
The Bitcoin cryptocurrency.
Yep, we talked about Bitcoin a little bit, how that's going to be the new thing, and money as we know it is going to go away. Physical money is going to go away.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of good conversations.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
And another thing. What's going on, man? How you doing, Infinite? What up?
What's
good? I just got off with Ty 33. I'm just
Awesome.
gonna scroll through these stereo streets and see what's going on. Say hi.
What's up, man? We just wrapping up a show, man. Talked a little bit about manifestation, Bitcoin, and a few other things, man. We were having a great talk. And I would just like to say thank you for everybody who came in and was chiming in. Make sure y'all follow everybody who was chiming in. Make sure y'all follow my guy. And another thing,
An infinite thought.
Please make sure y'all follow us for any time that we may go live, so y'all can be up to date on what content we bringing out for y'all.
That's right.
We are wrapping up the show here, coming up on the second hour. It's been a great show.
But it's been a great show. In the beginning, we were talking about the steps of manifestation. So, if you just tuned in late, feel free to go back and listen to that first, half hour. People were dropping some nuggets. We were talking about personal experience. Yeah, so check it out. And thank you again for everybody that did tune in and hung out with us. Much appreciated. Wouldn't have been what it was without you.
Yeah.
I imagine you and I could chop it up for hours, but it adds a whole nother dimension. And like I've learned a bunch, by having people part of this conversation. So that's what I love about opening it up like that.
Hell yeah, and I'm after we get off this talk, I will be decompressing, going back over it, And then I'm going to be diving into my book. I can't wait.
Beautiful.
Actually, book and the comic. I'm about to actually post those on Instagram. The book and the comic that I got. I actually got Daredevil 27, the current 27 of the show Daredevil, and I also have the book Integrity by Stephen Carter, which I'm going to
Nice.
read those. So yeah, I will. I'll probably end up setting up a talk with. I might set up a talk with you and another thing, or I do. I do regular like book talks with Thotty Scotty, so I might set something up with him about it too. But yeah, so
Very
that's
cool.
that'll probably be coming to you within the next couple of weeks. I'm a quick reader.
Yeah. And check out the Instagram for updates on the comic he's reading right there.
Oh yeah, I would definitely be posting some mad shit. I can't wait to post it. The comic book, the art is so fucking clean. I'm juiced, guys.
I can't wait to see some of the artwork.
It's gonna be dope.
Nice. Yeah. So
I got a song that I'm about to
there's a
make
few
up on the
messages
spot,
left.
just for you, to lift
Awesome.
your spirits if you're feeling down. Sun, 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 you shine so bright. You make me feel so good, even at night. Sun, 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 I feel your warmth, and I can bask in it. All I want.
Hey,
Love it.
digging it.
Love it.
Dig it.
I'm trying to save that clip.
And I feel like the people dig it too, because there was a whole lot of claps. I see some flames in there. Yes. Show love.
Yep.
Make sure y'all follow my boy, man. He's like one of my favorite people that comes through the comments sliding through, because he always brings the energy, always brings the love and the positive vibes. So y'all make sure you follow my boy. Fuck what you say.
Yeah, he's had some brilliant contributions tonight. That was one of them. One of many. Oh, I did get it. Awesome.
Nice.
That was one
It
of
was
his
great
many wonderful
hanging out with you
contributions.
guys and listening to the conversation and contributing to the conversation. And yeah, Dave, if you want to set up a discussion about the bullet journal method, I'm still learning myself, but I'd love to share a little bit about my journey so far. And yeah, you have a great night, guys. Stay blessed. Be blessed. Hope you have a good night. Sleep and take care. Namaste, y'all.
Dude.
Namaste for sure.
Namaste, my friend. Namaste.
Infinite thought, yo. I'm a music junkie, a knowledge junkie, and a comic junkie. I got a website, junkiedave.com. I just added a new tab, hashtag comic junkie, and on there, there's a clip of me doing the voices for the Batman Court of Owls comic book. There's a little clip of me doing reading the voices of Batman and Joker. So check it out. Let me know your thoughts on that. That would be dope. And Daredevil, he's dope. So the Netflix series was fire. I didn't like the movies. In the comics, he's amazing. So yeah.
Junkie Dave, we're gonna have to talk, and you're gonna want to look at my Instagram, because I'm gonna have to post a picture of my wallet. I'm not gonna say why I'm posting a picture of my wallet, but when you see my wallet, you'll understand why, and you'll appreciate it.
Bada boom.
We're gonna answer these last.
And that was a good hook.
You feel me? And we're gonna hit these last two, and then we're gonna get up out of here. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all the shit. Just let y'all know that.
Yep.
Y'all, you guys
Yep.
are awesome.
Much love. Unfortunately, please don't leave any new messages because we gotta bounce. But much love to each and every single frickin' one of you. Love you, people.
Yeah.
All right, Infinite. I'm gonna stay for like another 5-10 minutes, but I got just one thing to say for the next about 5 minutes, Infinite. Meat curtains.
You son of a bitch.
Leaky faucet.
Oh, you bastard.
mop the floors.
You rat bastard.
If you know, you know. If you don't, sucks to be you.
Oh, you're a disgusting individual and a sick individual. Oh, you bastard.
I'm gonna use my safe word, pineapple.
Pine fucking apples, bro. What the fuck?
I can't leave one of your lives without saying that, Infinite. I'm sorry. I know it hurts your ribcage, but I have to.
Combo, bro.
Oh, that was good timing though. He left it for the last minute, so that was polite of him.
Perfect.
Well, I have a wallet as well. It's just a little old, and the initial paint is a little kind of came off. But when you see it, you will know what it is as well. It's on the DC side, though. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mine is also on the DC side, and I'm actually like, you got me so hyped. I'm giving you like the full forward out, like, so you can see both sides of the wallet, so you can see how official this bad boy is.
Oh snap!
And with that, we're gonna get up out of here. I love you guys. It's been another amazing talk. Thank you. And another thing with Dave.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, much fun. Let's do this again about the maybe about the baby explosion coming up.
Yeah, let's do it. I would love to talk about the future baby boom that is definitely about to happen.
Cool. Sounds good. Looks like we got one more message. No more messages, please, people.
Yo, hold on. Okay, sorry. I know I wasn't supposed to leave another message. But if anybody can find me a Constantine wallet, bro, I will be eternally grateful.
Bro, I might be able to find that for you. Let me hit up a couple of GameStops around me, and I will hit you up.
Bada boom.
And
on that note,
see you guys
much
later.
love, Infinite.
Much love.
Good night, everybody.
All right, thanks for tuning into another episode and another thing with Dave. Please follow, subscribe, and share. I'm on all social media and another thing with Dave. And keep seeking the truth.